Angus enthusiasts, step lively now. Plus, how are your checkoff dollars being spent? And lots more. Y'all know the next part. Crew, let's ranch it up. Good day, everyone, and thanks for riding with us on this all-new episode of the Ranch It Up Radio Show. I'm Jeff Tigger Earhart. A big thank you goes out to our partners, ranchchannel.com. We'll give you an update here in just a little bit. Jorgensen Land Cattle, Transova Genetics, Axiota Animal Health, bringing us Multi-Min and Lactapro, Stockman's Livestock Exchange, the American Gelbvieh Association, Imogene Ingredients and Pharmatan, Westway Feed Products, Medora Boot and Western Wear, Allied Genetic Resources and Allied Feeding Partners, LivestockMarket.com, EquineMarket.com, AuctionTime.com, the Tri-State Livestock News, RFD TV, Wrangler, and this fine radio station. All right, first update that we have for y'all, ranchchannel.com. I know we talk about it a lot. We've got the markets on there. The buttons are available, goes to the futures markets. So use that to your advantage. Follow the markets along. Next, we have ISA Beefmaster's 63rd Annual Bull Sale. It's coming up October 5th at Producers Livestock Auction in San Angelo, Texas. We've got supplement information there on the bulls as we speak. As soon as we get the catalog and the videos, we will have that available for y'all as well. So make sure you check back often at ranchchannel.com. Plus, the latest listing from Jorgensen Land Cattle, their Motherlode, the third annual, Motherlode Angus female sale. That's coming up very fast in a couple weeks, actually in 1 week. Saturday, September 21st at the farm in Ideal, South Dakota. Head there. We've got the videos on ranchchannel.com. We've got the catalogs. We've got the bidding online information. All the links available right there for you at your fingertips. Use it however you like it. And I guarantee you, once you get on there, you're hooked. Head to ranchchannel.com. In fact, we're going to talk with Cody here in just a few minutes about the Motherlode sale, about some of the genetics being offered, some of the different cows and ET heifer calves, bred heifers. We're going to talk here in a little bit. But first, let's go to the news. Cow country news. You know, the cow stuff. First up, let's talk about our checkoff dollars at work. The Cattlemen's Beef Board, the CBB, will invest approximately $38 million into programs of beef promotion, research, consumer information, industry information, foreign marketing, and producer communications during fiscal year 2025, subject to USDA approval. In action at the end of its September 4th through 5th meeting in Denver, Colorado, the Beef Promotions Operating Committee, the BPOC, approved checkoff funding for a total of 12 authorization requests or grant proposals for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2024. The committee, which includes 10 producers and importers from the Cattlemen's Beef Board and 10 producers from the Federation of State Beef Councils, also recommended full Cattlemen's Beef Board approval of a budget amendment to reflect the split of funding between budget categories affected by their decisions. 8 contractors and 2 subcontractors brought 12 authorization requests worth approximately $46.8 million to the BPOC this week, approximately $8.8 million more than the funds available from the CBB budget. Now, in the end, the BPOC approved proposals from 8 national beef organizations for funding through the fiscal year 2025 Cattlemen's Beef Board budget as follows. American Farm Bureau Federation for Agriculture gets $600,000. Cattlemen's Beef Board, $1.8 million. Foundation for Meat and Poultry Research and Education, $600,000. Meat Import Council of America and Northeast Beef Promotion Initiative, $900,000. The NCBA, $25.7 million. The National Institute for Animal Agriculture, $95,000. The North American Meat Institute, $280,000. And the United States Meat Export Federation, $8 million. I've got a lot more of information on how those dollars are spent. Just head to ranchitupshow.com. Check it out in the show notes. I've got all the information there for you. Now on to other news. According to the High Plains Journal, anthrax has been confirmed in multiple beef herds located in Carbon County, Wyoming. This is the first confirmed anthrax in Wyoming cattle since the 1970s. The Wyoming State Veterinary Laboratory confirmed the diagnosis late August 31st. Both the Wyoming State Veterinary Laboratory and private veterinarians are essential in the diagnosis of anthrax impacting several herds in the region. Now, according to Dr. Haley Hassel, the Wyoming State veterinarian, she said protecting animal and human health is critical upon diagnosis of a zoonotic disease. The Wyoming Livestock Board will continue working with producers and private veterinarians to reduce further spread and limit human exposure through recommendations for carcass disposal and vaccination. Anthrax vaccine is approved for multiple livestock species and highly effective. Now, anthrax is a bacterial disease, a naturally occurring organism with worldwide distribution. The spore-forming bacteria may survive in the soil for years, up to decades, resulting in sporadic outbreaks, which usually occur after periods of drought followed by heavy rain. Domestic and wild animals may become infected when they breathe or ingest spores in contaminated soil, plants, or water. Clinical signs of anthrax in livestock include sudden death, weakness, staggering, difficult breathing, fever, and bloody diarrhea. Owners of livestock experiencing clinical signs consistent with anthrax or sudden death should contact their private veterinary practitioner immediately. Now, staying on the animal health side but going internationally, an outbreak of blue tongue virus on England's North Sea coast has British agriculture officials and the cattle and sheep industry scrambling to contain the insect-borne disease, which can devastate ruminant herds. The Department for Environment, Food, and Rural Affairs said earlier in the week that 27 animals on 10 farms have been confirmed with the blue tongue infection. The United Kingdom, which had a small blue tongue outbreak mostly among cattle from November to March, has been on alert for weeks due to a larger ongoing outbreak across the North Sea and the Netherlands amid warm summer weather when the biting midges that spread the virus are most active. The insect vectors can be blown by wind across the North Sea from continental Europe. Goats and deer are also at risk of blue tongue, which can be fatal or cause infertility in livestock. UK authorities say there is no risk to people or to the food supply. The Food and Agriculture Organization's meat price index averaged 119.5 points in August. That's down 0.7% from July, but still 3.7% higher than the same time last year. The United Nations released the FAO Food Price Index for August late last week. Poultry meat prices fell due to Brazil's temporary export suspension following a Newcastle disease outbreak, despite the issue being resolved. Global pig meat prices dropped for a second month, driven by weak import demand and ample supply, the report said. Ovine meat prices saw a slight dip after 3 months of increases, mainly due to reduced Chinese imports. However, beef meat prices edged slightly, influenced by seasonal declines in slaughter animal supplies in Oceania. That's all I've got for the news. Now, coming up after the break, we're talking the Motherlode. We're talking the Jorgensen Land and Cattle Motherlode Angus female sale. It's coming up fast. It's in 1 week, actually, at the ranch in Ideal, South Dakota. We've got the lowdown on it. We're going to tell you more about it. We've got Cody coming on from Jorgensen Land and Cattle, talking Angus enthusiasts and females of genetics you just can't find anywhere else. Crew, you're listening to the Ranch It Up radio show. Stick around. We'll be back after this. Attention cattle producers. Boost your herd's trace mineral status with Axiota Animal Health's Multi-Min 90. This injectable solution delivers essential trace minerals known to support cattle health and reproduction. Don't settle for less when it comes to your herd health. Trust Axiota Animal Health to keep your cattle in prime condition. Visit your local supplier or veterinarian to learn more about Multi-Min 90. Multi-Min 90, because healthy cattle mean a healthy bottom line. Have y'all tried livestockmarket.com yet? We have updates each and every week, brought to us by auctiontime.com. We're all familiar with that one. Try livestockmarket.com. And don't forget, for all your equine needs, head to equinemarket.com. ranchchannel.com. I'll give you all just a few seconds to head there on your phone. ranchchannel.com. Go ahead. ranchchannel.com, your farm and ranch network on demand. Bull sales, western events, product information right at your fingertips on the ultimate cowboy-friendly platform. Want to follow up-to-date markets? We got y'all covered, ranchchannel.com. No need to dig for information on all those different websites. It's all right there on ranchchannel.com. Y'all are loving it now, aren't you? The Jorgensen Land Cattle 2024 Motherlode Angus female sale, Saturday, September 21st at the farm in Ideal, South Dakota.
When you work with a program with this kind of depth of history, the richness of the performance data, and everything combined, it's really a one-of-a-kind, and it promises to be a unique event. Certainly, if you appreciate Angus cattle, you will not want to miss this.
Attend in person or watch and bid live on DV Auction or Superior Livestock. Jorgensen Land Cattle, Saturday, September 21st at the farm in Ideal, South Dakota. Welcome back to the Ranch It Up Radio Show, the most information-packed into a 30-minute program that you can find at your All Things Ranching newscast, and so glad to be hanging out with y'all. Questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, rants, it doesn't matter. You can call, you can text, 707-RANCH-20. That's 707-726-2420. Our email, ranchitupshow@gmail.com. Prowling around social media at Ranch It Up Show. Now, for over 60 years, Jorgensen Land Cattle has been dedicated to supplying herd-improving Angus genetics to cattlemen across the country. Their reputation as one of the most sought-after suppliers comes from their commitment to quality and a legacy of generations of great maternal ancestors. Each cow represents years of careful selection, resulting in a stacked lineage of excellence spanning over 60 years. We're heading to Ideal, South Dakota, home of Jorgensen Land Cattle. We're talking with Cody Jorgensen. We're talking about the Motherlode Angus female sale that's coming up fast next Saturday at the ranch in Ideal, South Dakota. This is your third annual. First, before I get into details, tell me what the concept is, or the idea, or why you decided to come up with the Motherlode sale in the first place.
Yeah, the Motherlode sale is something that we've started, as you said. This is our third one. We wanted to have an annual female sale just to get our genetics out there, female genetics out there. About the same time, about 3 years ago, we started the Motherlode breeding strategy, and really, to sum up what that means is, we're focusing on superior cows from generations of maternal production data, right? So we went back and researched several bulls that had extremely good or above average, I would say, dam production on their dams. And so we went back clear into the 60s and searched bulls out. So, we kind of put all the EPDs aside, so to speak, and just went back to fundamental, outstanding, good maternal production data and used that data and started the Motherlode breeding strategy.
And what an opportunity and really a time for people to reposition their genetics. And what I mean by that is, well, with the price of what these feeder calves have been, and with a lot of guys looking at the option of, well, should I keep heifers, or when that price is pretty good and cash in hand, right? They're selling those females, and now an opportunity maybe for somebody, if they need to change their genetic pattern, or if they need to reposition themselves to come in and, I don't want to say start from scratch, but just say reposition and maybe get some fresh genetics in their cow herds?
That's exactly right. I would say this is the freshest genetic female offering in Jorgensen history. No question about it. There's several young cows. In fact, I think the oldest set of females in this offering would be 5 years old. And there's 64 2022 models, which would be, coming 3-year-olds, right? And so a high percentage of the offering is young cattle. You're going to find genetics in this offering that you're not going to find anywhere else in the nation, perhaps the world. And so I really think it's an excellent opportunity for those that are Angus enthusiasts and those that are just looking to put together a nice set of females. And again, there's bunch of pedigrees and pedigrees on top of pedigrees that have fundamental sound breeding tactics used on them, and I just think that it's a very exciting offering.
Now, when you say that you've got pedigrees on top of pedigrees, do you think, and I'm just playing the devil's advocate here, but could that get confusing maybe to somebody that maybe is like you said, they're not an Angus enthusiast, or maybe they're not in the seed stock business, they're just looking to rebuild. They want something sound and something predictable. I'm going to add that in. So can that get a little confusing when you have pedigree on top of pedigree, and like you said, some of these that are going, back in time that are very much proven?
Yeah, exactly. And I talk about this, when it comes to our bull sale as well. It's been our strategy and to make sure that our clients, get the heterosis effect within the Angus breed, I call it. And so you can take an animal that is would be in this offering that is what I call extremely line bred or different than what's out there in the industry, and use whatever bull you prefer. The results are almost like it is. You will see a heterosis effect within the Angus breed. And so it's always been our goal for our customers to accept the heterosis and, rather than us as breeders ourselves. And so that's always been the strategy. That's what my grandfather started in the 50s, and my dad carried it through, in the 80s and 90s, and now it's my turn. And so the strategy on that front really hasn't changed. We've just really kind of tuned in the dial, so to speak.
And now, we've talked in the past, we've talked about your smart bulls. We'll be talking about those in the future. We've talked about some different philosophies that y'all have had. So let's just be honest here, Cody. We're both cow geeks, right? I mean, absolutely love this stuff. And you say the pedigrees, and everybody knows I'm a pedigree guy, and I love reading the numbers and all that. It's got to be maybe a little bit hard in a way to part with some of those foundation genetics, number one. But then on the flip side, those people in the seed stock business, if you created a great one, and if you believe in your program, you should be able to duplicate that again and again and again, just like really good feeder cattle. If you believe in the program that you have, you should be able to duplicate that year in and year out.
Yeah, that's exactly right, especially with embryo transfer. We have a very, very extensive embryo transfer program. In fact, this past spring, I believe we actually broke the 2,000 embryo barrier. And so stay tuned. There's going to be some tremendous cattle coming up through the pipeline. And not to mention, but every 2019 model cow, which is 5-year-old, every one of those cows is going to be in this offering. And we're going to continue to do that. There's 34 of them. We're going to continue to do that year in and year out. And you talk about, missing a set of cows. And those are the kind of cows that you really hate to say goodbye to. But at the same time, it's going to be a tremendous opportunity for someone else to jump into some really high quality cattle.
And I can assume that you have got a whole army of consultants and reps where they can get on the phone. I know yours has been blown up. Y'all have been very busy, but can really walk through either over the phone or, come to the farm and view the cattle, to go through, this is what my goals are, here's what I'm looking for, and to try to help make those marriages and make those matches.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody from our team can certainly do that. I'd be honored to do that with anybody, myself. So all the detail definitely in terms of getting a hold of us is on our website, jorgensenfarms.com. It's also, if you all the videos of the cows are on DV, and I think there's links on our website to get there as well. There's all kinds of ways to get a hold of us. Anybody at our team, you just ask about the cow sale, and we'd all be happy to help you. I'm really excited about this offering. We're going to do this annually. This is our third one, and so this is now we have a format down where we're selling all of the 5-year-old cows every year as we go on here, and then of course whatever is younger from there on. So it's just a really good opportunity, I think, for anybody who loves Angus cattle or is just looking to put together some really high-end Angus genetics. I think it'd be a great opportunity. Look forward to it.
Cody Jorgensen with Jorgensen Land and Cattle. You can reach out to Cody or Dave or any of the associates with Jorgensen Land and Cattle if you have any more questions. Their sale coming up next weekend, Saturday, September 21st, at the farm in Ideal, South Dakota. Bid and buy online at dvauction.com. Catalogs available for your viewing pleasure and videos as well. Just head to ranchchannel.com. Got all that information available for you there. Now, coming up, we're talking numbers, we're talking markets, and more. Ranch It Up Radio Show. For years now, I've been telling you all about Pharmatan from Imogene Ingredients. Well, it's time to make the change and add Pharmatan to your cow's diet, to your calves' diet. Get that boost in health and increase feed efficiency. It all starts with nutrition, so add Pharmatan. At Transova Genetics, it's simple. Their mission is to provide opportunity and advantage through genetic acceleration. Sounds great, but what does it mean? That means using the latest technology to get your cow herd where you want it and where you need it as quickly and efficient as possible. So, from now until September 30th, any donor cow collected via IVF will receive a $100 discount. Genetics you need and money back in your pocket. To schedule an appointment or consultation, head to transova.com. It's time now to start adding value to those Gelbvieh and Balancer calves. The American Gelbvieh Association offers a wide variety of DNA tests and delivers its members and customers tools for success within the beef industry. You owe it to yourself by going to gelbvieh.org. Breeding season is here, and maybe you haven't made all of your decisions yet. Maybe you're looking to AI some cows or some heifers. Turn to Allied Genetic Resources. Top quality semen from elite bulls, and get those calves that fetch higher prices and thrive in today's competitive market. With Allied Genetic Resources, you're investing in a stronger, more profitable future. Visit Allied Genetic Resources today and start maximizing your herd's potential. With over 50,000 head marketed annually, Allied Genetic Resources. Welcome back to the Ranch It Up Radio Show. It's that time in the program we check in with Kirk Donsbach, StoneX Financial Incorporated, recapping the markets from last week. Kirk, what do you got for us?
Good morning, Tigger. As of Friday, August 6th, September feeder futures closed the week at 234.37.5. That's down 607.5 on the week, with a CME feeder index down 77 cents on the week at 242.18. That left the basis at a positive 788 versus September futures. That's a very wide basis, as September is in the expiring month. October live cattle futures closed the week at 175.30. That's down 337.5 on the week. Cash basically traded 188 in the north and the south, leaving the 5-area weighted average down 259 at 181.15, and the basis a positive $5.97.5. The weekly slaughter came in at 542,000 head. It was for a holiday-shortened week. That's 69,000 head less than the prior week and 17,000 head less than the same week last year. Choice boxes are still holding that 309 level, up 7 cents on the week. December corn closed the week at 406 1/4. That's up 4 3/4 on the week. We did get the bottoming action in corn that we were expecting, but we do have a pretty big WASDE report coming up.
Hey, all, Mark Banzi with LivestockMarket.com. Coming up this Wednesday, September 18th, we have an all-class cattle and a big hay online auction. Bidding opens at $10 a head. No reserves. All lots will sell. Featured lots include 17 Angus and Red Angus cows. They're second period bred. 15 blacks, 2 reds, 1,200 pounds. They're mostly 5 to 8-year-olds. They're confirmed bred from Rafter LF Cattle Company in El Dorado Springs, Missouri. Featured hay lots include 23 tons of large square alfalfa, 3x4x8, poly twine, 1,500 pounds, baled in June. It's straight alfalfa from Keller Farms in Sand Creek, Michigan. 21 tons of large square alfalfa grass mix. It's poly twine, 750 to 800 pounds, baled in August from Wagner Forages in Kankakee, Illinois. 60 large square alfalfa bales, 3x3x8, poly twine, weed-free second cutting. It's great quality hay. It's been fertilized from Kendall County Equipment in Otsego, Illinois. 90 large round prairie bales, selling on 9 10-bale lots, 5x6, net wrapped, 1,650 pounds. It's really nice hay with some brome and some upland in it from Cobb's Auctions in David City, Nebraska. 68 large round alfalfa bales, selling on 2 34-bale lots, 4x5, net wrapped, 1,000 pounds, first cutting, 14% moisture from Grunthal Auction Service in Nietzsche, North Dakota. 68 large round grass bales selling on 2 34 bale lots, also 4x5, net wrapped 850 pounds. Baled in 2024, it's 13% moisture, no rain from Grunthal Auction Service. 25 large round fescue bales, 4x5, thistle twine, baled in August, and it was sprayed. There's no weeds from K&R Auction Service in Perryville, Missouri. 17 large round alfalfa bales, 5x6, net wrap, third cutting, good heavy bales from Cobb's Auctions in David City. 10 large round alfalfa bales with some grass in it, 4x5, first cutting. They were put up dry and stored in the barn from Allenberger Equipment Auctions in Malta, Illinois. And 54 small square alfalfa bales, polytwine, third cutting from Cobb's Auctions in David City. Bidding is currently live, but all lots will sell the morning of Wednesday, September 18th at 10 a.m. Central Time. Got cattle to sell? Regular online cattle auctions first and third Wednesday of every month, with hay sales every Wednesday on livestockmarket.com and auctiontime.com.
And now that's going to wrap it up for today. A big thanks from our crew to yours. Cody Jorgensen with Jorgensen Land Cattle. Their sale coming up in a week. For more information, just head to ranchchannel.com. Kirk Donsbach, StoneX Financial Incorporated, and Mark Vanzi with livestockmarket.com. A big thank you goes out to our partners, ranchchannel.com, Jorgensen Land Cattle, Transova Genetics, Axiota Animal Health, bringing us Multi-Min and Lactapro, Stockman's Livestock Exchange, the American Gelbvieh Association, Imogene Ingredients, bringing us Pharmatan, Westway Feed Products, Medora Boot and Western Wear, Allied Genetic Resources and Allied Feeding Partners, Livestock Market, Equine Market, and AuctionTime.com. The Tri-State Livestock News, RFD TV, Wrangler, and this fine radio station. And crew, so glad y'all came with us one more time as we ranch it up. Be sure to follow and like us on Facebook at Ranch It Up Show. Our email, ranchitupshow@gmail.com. You can call and you can text 24/7 707-RANCH-20. That's 707-726-2420. Spread the good word and join us again next week where it's always Tigger and Beck approved. Stay ranchy and ranch it up.